Tjena, det är mig, podcasterska Katarina på Måsmark-kanalen. Och här på de här serie av avsnitt ägnande åt grammatik pratar vi om såklart grammatik, och i de förra avsnitt pratade vi om artikel och om substantiv i singular form, i bestämd och bestämd form, och hur man skapar den här formen. But today we are going to talk about plural form and how to create it. And as I already spoiled the information in the first episode, I said that it will be a little bit of mess because there is a rule, like the main rule, but there will be a lot of exceptions. So most of words we will need to learn by heart if we want to say correct form of the plural form. So as you remember, we have en-ord and et-ord. And plural form will be formed different for both words. But first let's look at all the cases which endings or their absence can be in Swedish language. So we have some kind of a table up here. So as you can see that we have for en-ord we have or, are and er. And for et-ord we have en ending or absence. So there will be no ending. Let's look at the examples. Flickor, bilar, poliser, äpplen, and hus. So there's no ending. And of course, we will talk about how to make definite form for plural form, for nouns in plural form. If we talk about different groups and how to learn which ending is related to which word, I would recommend, and it is what we will do, we will start from et-ord, because et-ord is going to be, as I promised in many videos, is going to be your favorite words in Swedish language. So let's look at them. So the situation for et-ord looks like this. If et-ord finishes with green letter or vocal, as I already said, then in plural form we will add ending en, only one letter. For example, ett äpple, äpplen, ett piano, pianon, ett radergummi, radergummin. So it looks more or less okay, if I can say so. And let's look at the same et words but with ending for consonant letter. So we have ett hus, ett barn, ett system. And the best thing that can happen to the Swedish learner, it is that we don't need to learn the ending of the word. So ett hus, one house, hus, houses, ett barn, a child, barn, child, children, ett system, a system, system, systems. Are you feeling happy? And now let's get down to the most terrifying thing for all the Swedish learners, because we will talk about en-ord, which is the biggest group of the nouns that exist in Swedish language, and there are going to be 3 endings. So the first group and first ending for in words is ending ur. And the rule sounds like this. If the noun finishes with vowel or green letter A, then in plural form it disappears and we add ending ur. For example, en lampa, lampor. En flicka, flickor. En klocka, klockor. Easy, isn't it? And I will give you one more word here. En gurka. Wait. Gurkur. And I always recommend to choose the word that will be as a connecting point to the rule. For example, for me it was the word en gurka, but for you it can be en flicka or en lampa, and then you will connect the dot. So help your brain to work faster or to remember faster, to study faster. Then let's move on, and there is one more group of the nouns which is having ending er in plural form. And the rule sounds like this. All the words are not originally Swedish. They will have ending er in plural form. For example, such words as student or film or tomato, these words will have ending er. Let's look at the examples. En film, filmer. En student, studenter. En telefon, telefoner. It feels easy, isn't it? And now we come to kind of a struggling or challenging part of learning about plural form in indefinite form of the noun. So, if we have all the rest of nouns will have ending ar. And here there are some rules that maybe I will explain later on, but for now I want to pay attention at one case that is easy to remember. So, if the word finishes with ing, then in plural you will have ending ar. So, en tidning, a newspaper, tidningar, newspapers. And for me, the connecting point, the word for connecting point was in viking. And now we know that in plural it will be vikingar. So, once again, find a word that will create a connecting point for the rule. Don't just learn the rule. It will not work for you. And the rest of the examples, like in bil, bilar, in kam, kammar, you see we have double up here. So the rest of the words for me are more like an exception, because I don't want to waste my time and spend hours and hours of my study time to just learn all the rules and how to create plural form. Instead, what I do, and it is my recommendation to you, is to do the following thing. When you're learning or when you're searching a new word, you need to get to know two very important things about the noun in Swedish language. First is article. So you need to know whether it's en or it word. And second thing, you need to know how the word looks in plural form. So you need to know will it be ar, or ur. And of course, you remember, we have ord that are very easy to know, but there can be exceptions. So you need to check whether it will be just basic rule, as we already discussed, or it will be the difference in plural form for ord. So it's just a little bit of a negative information for you. So if you want to write out a phrase with the word, and I will explain what I mean under it, you will write en bil, bilar. So you need to write out the word with the plural form, so you know for later. And one way to write it can be like this, like I write up here, but also you can write this way. You can write like this, and it will work the same way. And why did I say about learning the word in the phrase? Because if you write out a lot of words separately from the phrase, from the sentence, from the meaning where this word have been used, you will never ever put this word into active memory. And about this and all the other aspects of learning Swedish and language in general, I talk at my podcast, and you can listen to me at Spotify, or you can watch me or listen to me at YouTube Music or just this YouTube channel. And two more things before we finish today's video. I want to remind you that situation with the nouns and the verbs, there will be a lot of exceptions, and it is absolutely okay. The only thing that I recommend people to do is to forgive, accept, fall in love, and start to use it. Because otherwise, you will never ever learn the language, because the brain will be blocking things that the brain doesn't want to learn, because brain puts a lot of efforts into learning new things. You know about it, isn't it? So, about this thing, I have been talking about this podcast, which is called Sara. So it is 5 stages of us going through when we are learning new things, and especially Swedish language. Och den sista sak som jag vill säga är att du vet mer än du tror. Det var mig, podcasterska Katarina på Måsmarkanalen, och vi hörs eller ses på den här kanalen jättesnabbt.